Doug Ingram, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having us. I really appreciate it.
So, of course, the program that people are looking at so closely with you is your gene therapy for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which could just be transformative for this devastating disease. Tell us about the timelines from an investor standpoint, when you see this as being de-risked, and for a patient standpoint, when this could potentially get on the market.
Well, I'd say in one sense, every day we're de-risking along the way, and we still have a lot to do at the same time. Just to remind us, so we have a gene therapy for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It relates to this disease that results in a lack of a protein called dystrophin, which is a shock absorber in the muscles. And we're trying to literally insert into the muscles of these children a significantly truncated but still functional version of that same structural protein to try to keep them alive and keep them healthy. We had a really fascinating and very significantly impressive data on first 4 children, both in 2018 and 2019. We started a study we call Study 102, which is this placebo-controlled trial. We've just completed the dosing of all of the children in that trial. That's about 41 children in that trial. We're going to start another trial, if all goes well, by around the middle of this year. And we could be in a position, if we are successful, to have a readout on those studies and apply for an approval in the U.S. and then hopefully around the world in 2021 or so.
And you are not the only company working in this space. Actually, in the next hour, we're going to have the CEO of Pfizer joining us, and they're also working on gene therapy for DMD. How do you compete with a behemoth like that?
Well, a couple things. First of all, we really are immodestly the experts in the natural history and the understanding of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So I do believe we can do a very good job serving the community, and we've done that already. We have 2 therapies right now treating patients who have Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I think it's a very positive signal when we see companies like Pfizer taking an interest in trying to advance therapies that might treat Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's one of the things that ought to give parents and patients a lot of hope that we're going to find solutions for them. With that said, we are razor focused on our therapies and on our approach, and we're very excited about the results we've seen to date, and we're going to stay essentially head down executing, getting our therapy out to those patients if it works as soon as possible.
And you've already got 2 drugs on the market for this disease, which, not as transformational as the gene therapy in your pipeline. But you have to do a confirmatory study of your first drug because you got conditional approval for it from the FDA. And some folks have said the timelines are more delayed than expected. When can we see that readout?
Well, so that readout will probably occur somewhere in the 2023-2024 range. We do have a confirmatory trial for Exondys ongoing right now. Essentially, it's looking at our current therapy, Exondys, at 30 milligrams per kilogram versus a much higher dose of the same therapy to see which of those doses would be more beneficial to patients, and we're aggressively pursuing that. That's Exondys. That treats about 13% of children with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We received an approval in December of last year for a therapy called Vyondys. That treats about another 8% of children with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and we're already serving the community with Vyondys now. And then we've just started a rolling submission, and our goal is to get an approval as soon as possible, hopefully this year, for what's called casimersen, another 8% of children with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So if we are successful by the end of this year, we could be in a place where we've more than doubled the number of patients who are benefiting from our morpholino technology, this so-called PMO that we have.
A lot going on. We'll look forward to talking more with all of these updates. Doug Ingram, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.